Well, the weather's improved a bit today. Still high winds, still raining. Fish are down there at the bottom of the pond. You can't see much of them because of the reflection on the water at the moment. But I did put some brown bread in for them, which 3 of them came up to eat. So obviously they are coming around now looking for food. So that's a good sign, but it's still cold. Let's go and have a look what the temperature is at the moment. Right, let's see what the temperature in the pond is. It is 7.2, so it's still pretty cold in the pond. Even with the bit of sunshine we've had, it hasn't really warmed up any. I must stick this back on, it came off with the wet. Anyway, moving on to the solar panels. The solar panels are now all up. This one is on a 45-degree angle, and it has silver foil behind it. At the bottom, I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Silver foil all behind it. This one over here is the same. That also has silver foil behind it. Cables are all now in. The one on the roof withstood all the heavy wind and the rain, so that's good. I might put another couple of bolts in there just to help secure it better though, because we do get very high winds here. So solar's going okay at the moment. Go inside and have a look. Okay, so the MPPT is on, ready to be plugged in. That's gone on no problems. All the solar connections are in for the pond and for the outdoor lighting and outdoor cameras. Most essential, the one thing that you must have, circuit breaker, fused circuit breaker. This has fuses behind it. And these 2 cables coming in will go into the top of the circuit breaker and then come back out the circuit breaker up into the MPPT, and then another set of cables will go from there down to the batteries, and that the inside part of the solar system then is virtually finished. For the time being, I've just got these 2 batteries. These are 128 each, so they should last quite well. I think they are something like 58 hours from both the batteries fully on. But then obviously they're getting recharged up by the solar panels. I will be having P4 batteries to replace these, because P4 batteries are smaller, lighter, and you just leave them, that's it, you don't bother with them ever. And they also have Wi-Fi, so they tell you exactly how much charge you have in them, if they're getting hot, if they're getting cold, and the rate at which you're charging, so it's worth paying extra money for them. As I've said, you can do it cheap. 3 panels and all the equipment, you could easily do that for I would say £400. But myself, I've gone over the top because I wanted something that could expand in the future. So the MPPT, which you can pick up for about £12, this particular one costs 50. A circuit breaker, the one I wanted, which is this one here, costs £23, which is quite reasonable. These batteries, obviously they're the cheaper ones, mainly for camper vans, but these were £87 each, which is a good price really. Cables, I would say all the cabling, because I wanted mine at some distance away on the fence and what have you. I would say the cabling cost me probably about £30 for all of it. The inline fuses, about £15, and the fuses for the batteries, I would say about £15 as well. You don't need the fuses, but I think it's better playing safe. I'd rather have the fuses go rather than an expensive piece of the equipment. So mine cost, like I say, a lot more than what you really could get away with. I think one solar panel really would do your pond equipment, your pumps and your UV and your air filter system. I quite easily think you could do that on one solar panel. So there you're looking probably £70, £75 for the solar panel and basic equipment, and you could do it for less than £300, I think. I will be going through all the equipment once I've installed it. I've just got one more item to install and then connect everything up, and then I need to test it. Let's say this is going to be a dual system. I've gone for a dual system. That's the reason it's costing a little bit more money, where the main box will automatically switch over. If the power in the batteries drops, it will automatically switch over to the mains power. So that's the reason I paid the more money. Basically, I didn't want to keep coming down here and checking the level of the batteries. Batteries, now, a good point with the batteries is if you have them so they're switching, so you can have mains power plus solar power. You can use the solar during the day to charge your batteries up. And you can also top the batteries up at night after 7 p.m. in most parts of the country. That's in the UK. At cheap rate electric. So you could use cheap rate electric in the winter when there's your solar panels obviously probably won't work at full strength. Cheap rate electric in the winter to charge the batteries, and then use the batteries through the day to control all your pond equipment. So it would be cheap rate every night, free electric through the day. So you'd be paying next to nothing for electric to run your pond in the winter. But I need all this finished off, all setting up, all testing. I like everything tested. I like to know everything is working, and that there's no problems anywhere in the cabling. And then we will go through it. Well, I will go through it bit by bit and tell you how much power I'm producing, how much money it is making each day, and if it's running all the items on the pond, plus everything in the shed, plus all my outdoor cameras and outdoor lighting. So I will go through that probably next week when I have everything set up, working, and I've had time to test it. And we get a little bit of sunshine, because in this part of the world, in the north, we don't seem to get much sunshine. And I'll also tell you where to get the equipment from and the best prices. And I think it's time to stop because my throat is still not any better this week. And I keep losing my voice. Now the wife said that's a good thing. Anyway, till my next one, take care and don't forget to subscribe.